My friends, how are you? It is absolutely fantastic to see you for yet another video, and I hope you're all doing well out there. We've got some more news to cover today on the whole trade war situation that Donald Trump has created between the United States and Canada, because after I put out my video yesterday, a lot more details started coming out about what the hell actually happened in this entire situation, which definitely made the picture a lot more clearer for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people, because if you guys remember yesterday's video, I didn't quite have all the details when I recorded my video, but sometimes I figured that's okay, right? Because the story is always ongoing, so as you get more details later on, it's okay to come out and talk about those details later on as you get them. But all I knew when I recorded yesterday's video was that somewhere near the end of the negotiations, like the final hour of the negotiations, the United States had made some demands of Canada, to which Canada, the negotiators that were there, and Mark Carney all went, nope, pack it up, go home, we're not going to do this. And I wasn't really clear on what those things were yesterday, and as those details started to come out, the whole thing got a whole lot more interesting, and then we all started to realize what a thorough ass-kicking Donald Trump just got from Canada once again, because yesterday I had said that Donald Trump got his ass kicked very bad, but that was before I even knew these details, my friends, of what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about, of course, those details and sort of the reactions of both countries, because it's an interesting dynamic, and the difference between the two countries couldn't be more in your face right now as we're watching all of these things happen. See, I'll talk about it as we go through the video, but just to sort of sum it up, on the Canadian side of it, it is a very impressive coordinated movement that is going on, where it seems like all of the premiers are all working together. And I know I might have said that wrong. I've been getting a lot of shit lately, which is fine. It's okay when you guys give me some shit. Little ball busting never hurt anyone, right? But I've been getting a little bit of shit lately because apparently I'm pronouncing the word premiers the wrong way, and I ain't got any idea how another way to say that fucking word. And you know, being the redneck that I am, we're fucking lucky I can pronounce even half the words that I do. But what I'm trying to say is they all seem to have the same idea. They're going to take care of Canada and the Canadian people and work on all these different trades and all these things, and they're all rallying behind Mark Carney. And on this side of the border, we are watching a grown-ass toddler throw a temper tantrum and think that by saying mean things on the internet, he is going to change the course of what is going to happen. And that's a very interesting thing, my friends. So I do want to talk about the details that came out and sort of the responses by both countries, because I find this entire dynamic to be very fucking interesting. Before I jump into that, I just want to take a couple seconds of your time, like I always do, just to say thank you to you guys for everything you do to support this channel. It really does mean a lot to me. I know you hear that from every fucking YouTuber out there. I know you do, but I'm not every fucking YouTuber. I'm just some half inbred hick from a single wide trailer in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, and a guy like me shouldn't ever have this kind of audience, this many people listening to what he has to say. And it's just such a shocking thing, and I appreciate everything you guys do, from watching the videos, subscribing to the channel, leaving a like on the videos, leaving a comment, and sharing the videos out to your social media. All of that helps so much, because we're trying to change the fucking world around here, right? We literally, that's what we're trying to do. And by helping with all those things, that helps break it through into the YouTube algorithm and hopefully expose my videos to at least a few more people out there. So thank you guys for everything you do there. Also, big thank you to everybody that does the super chats, super thanks, and channel memberships. I appreciate your support in that way too. Thank you so much. And everybody that does the buy me a coffee link that you can find in the description and pinned comment of every video. That's really the best way to support the channel if you're able to. And I appreciate that support so much too, from the bottom of my heart, because as an owner operator truck driver in Donald Trump's America, where not only is diesel nearly $6 a gallon, it's also the parts are expensive, the freight rates are bullshit, they're not keeping up with how much everything costs, and it's quite the shit show. So thank you guys for everything you do to help keep this old half inbred truck driver out here doing my thing on the road. I really do appreciate it. So I don't know if I said it or not, but new details came out to me yesterday after this whole trade situation completely collapsed in one of the most hilarious fucking ways that I've ever seen. And I got to be honest with my Canadian friends, I'm enjoying watching this shit. I really am. Because as I've told you guys on many occasions, I don't fucking like bullies. That's my biggest pet peeve in the fucking world. I cannot stand bullies. I cannot stand the way Donald Trump steamrolls every goddamn person and every goddamn institution in the United States. And it's really refreshing to see another country stand up to Donald Trump and tell him to go fuck himself to his face. It's really, really an enjoyable thing, my friends, and I love it so much. But anyways, Donald Trump has just, after these details came out, just proved what an absolutely thorough ass-kicking that it was, and I enjoy that. And like I told you guys yesterday, I think that we should look into that, because Donald Trump is getting to the point where he needs to start tariffing the Canadian ass whippings that he's getting, because those things are just getting out of control, and he probably wishes there were less of them happening in America. But the point of tariffs, according to Donald Trump, is to bring manufacturing back to America. So if we can get him to tariff those Canadian ass whippings, maybe we can start producing some of our own domestically. And I know I used that line yesterday, but I actually really believe that. Maybe what I mean by that, maybe you got to read between the lines a little bit, but what I take from that is this ass kicking handed out by Canada right now should expose how weak Donald Trump is to the rest of the world, of course, but especially to the American people that for a long time have been afraid to stand up for themselves and at least speak the fuck up and say that there is something wrong. Like they say, courage is contagious, my friend. So hopefully, when I'm talking about reshoring the ass whippings here in the United States, what I'm talking about, I feel like I'm over-explaining this. I'm over-explaining this. You guys all got it when I said it, and here I am like a jackass standing here explaining the very thing that you guys fucking understood. What I mean is maybe it will motivate some of us to finally stand up for ourselves, and we need a little bit more of that in this country, a lot more of that to be more exact. But anyways, the details I found out, I wasn't sure what they were, right? And that was the confusing part for me in yesterday's video, which I feel like is okay. We learn information as we go. We have the conversations, and it's okay if a video doesn't have all the details right at that very moment. You can come back and you can continue the conversation. So I knew that the Trump regime must have done something fucking stupid, and it was reported that they tried to sneak something in at the end of the deal, and all I was left with at that time was just speculation. What is it that they would have tried to sneak in? And I really wasn't coming up with anything at all until yesterday I heard those details. It turns out that Howard Nutlick, at the very end of the negotiations, had swooped in with some sort of guidelines or demands or something like that, where they would go through with the entire trade deal with Canada. But what Canada had to do was basically, at very least, seek approval from the United States excuse me, if they plan to engage with other trading partners around the world. And they also had to, at very least, seek approval from the United States on what they were planning to trade with the rest of the world. And by doing that, basically taking away the freedom of the Canadians to have their own markets, have their own trade partners, and basically the entire thing was saying, whatever you do from here on out is subject to approval from the United States. Well, I'll be damned if Canada didn't just get up and walk the fuck away from the table, because how fucking dare you, Howard Nutlick? How fucking dare you, Donald Trump, think that you can dictate these kind of terms of a trade agreement with a sovereign nation? Are you out of your fucking minds? Like, I don't know who these guys think they are. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. So when I heard those details, I found it to be rather fucking fascinating, and I mean, it didn't surprise me that the Trump regime would try something like that. That's not the shocking part at all. I could 100% see that happening, right? But what made me so goddamn proud, I'm not even Canadian, man. I'm just a fucking hillbilly from Colorado, right? But what made me so goddamn proud was that they just got up. They just said, okay, fuck it. We're going home. Negotiations are over, and we're not going to participate in this shit at all. And I was so damn proud of that. And I don't know if I'm out of line for saying that. Canadians are full-grown people. I'm not like standing here like patting you on the head. Good boy, you did really good. That's not what I mean, but I'm so fucking proud of watching other countries stand up to fascist regimes, and it doesn't matter who the fuck they are, right? But I wanted to talk a little bit today about the difference in the two countries and how they're reacting, because it is quite fucking hilarious, if you ask me. Now, the Canadian people are very patriotic right now. It seems like for the majority of Canadians. I can't speak for Canadians, but have the premiers of the provinces have basically are all unified and are rallying behind Mark Carney and saying the same things. You know, we have to look out for the Canadian market, the Canadian people, the Canadian economy. We don't give in to demands of you're going to tell us what countries we can and can't trade with. And it's just a very, very interesting thing, right? You're watching like actual fucking patriotism at work, right? And you should be. That's what should be fucking happening right now. It's because look at everything that's gone on. Canada's up there just minding their business, right? And we all know the origin story of how this all started. Justin Trudeau, like him or hate him, I don't know enough about him to tell you what you should think of Justin Trudeau. I wouldn't tell you what you should think of anything for that matter, but you know, I don't know. But Justin Trudeau was just standing there being just a devilishly handsome man one day, which he is. He's a good-looking dude, right? And he was just being just standing there looking gorgeous one day when both Melania and Ivanka were like, Jesus Christ, I want that man to fuck me, right? And they gave him the look, the fuck me eyes, and that sent Donald Trump over the edge. And I have been corrected by a few viewers on that entire situation to make sure that I include Ivanka in that story, because that really is the story. And I used to make fun of that back when I started this channel, and I did quite a few more videos on Canada, where I would also point out that it was Ivanka that had actually made Donald Trump go into a fucking jealous rage the way he is, because you know the sick motherfucker that Donald Trump is. And like, I don't know if I should say this out loud or not, but it's who Donald Trump is. And when Donald Trump saw that, he was like, nobody's fucking my daughter except me. And that's what drove him into this entire rage that has him pissed off at Canada, right? We all know that. He's a fucking child. These are the things that he gets upset about and why he's causing these fucking problems, right? But anyways, it's stupid. It's fucking dumb is the point that I'm making. It's really stupid. But on the Canadian side of everything, first, I want to say to you that I know that as an American, me saying I'm sorry this happening doesn't hold any weight at all. It doesn't do anything. And I think there's been like a widespread acknowledgement from the Canadian government and the Canadian people that there will be a period of time where this could get extremely difficult. By Donald Trump threatening to impose 50% tariffs on Canadian products, basically Canadian products are therefore locked out of the United States. We can't afford shit in this country right now. And then you throw a 50% tariff on it, we can't afford it. I mean, I would buy only Canadian products right now if I could, but there's no way I'm going to be able to afford it. But there also is the possibility that Donald Trump tacos on this, runs it down to the last minute. I don't know what his deadline is, or if he's already tried to impose the tariffs, or if he's already set a date for when he's going to impose the tariffs. There's the possibility the Supreme Court's going to shoot the whole thing down. There's all kinds of things that could still go wrong, proving that Donald Trump is just puffing out his chest and fucking going to do absolutely nothing. But the Canadians are taking this very seriously, and they should. And one of the things I've seen is the acknowledgement that, hey, shit could get really fucking hard over here. We could be looking at job losses. We could be looking at economic hardship and all of these things. But we're going to keep marching forward. We're going to understand that a lot of things just fucking happened here. Our country was under attack by a lunatic that threatened to take us over, right? On top of that, this same lunatic has threatened to destroy us economically. And you guys understand the point. I feel like an asshole right now saying us and all that. I wish I was Canadian. I mean, at least I'd make sense why I have all this fucking sense in my head instead of an American. Right now, we don't look too bright. A lot of us, all right? A lot of us don't. Sorry to my American friends, too. We know the shit show we're in, though, don't we? We're aware of what's going on. But anyways, threatened to take over our country, threatened to harm us economically, has repeatedly on again, off again with these tariff threats of different forms. And at this point, you have to just take it seriously and say it's going to happen. So as you know, Canada had said, then we're going to match the 50% tariffs on American products dollar for dollar, and making basically American products priced out of the Canadian market. So they cannot, they're just not going to sell here, right? On top of all the Canadian boycotts from the Canadian people. And now you have the 50% tariffs that will be in place. I know there's a date set for that. I don't remember what it is either. Americans not going to sell any products here, right? But what's interesting about it is, even with the Canadian government and the Canadian people knowing that there's going to be some hardships, there's going to be some hard times, they're out there and they're fucking fighting, right? They're saying, we're going to do this, we're going to go through the hard times. We're going to figure out the new trade partners, we're going to figure out new industries, and we're going to rebuild our economy little by little, no matter what fucking happens, right? And they have everything in the world to be fighting for right now because they were threatened by a fucking crazy person, right? Here in America, as our economy continues to collapse, a lot of us are going, why? I mean, why bother? What is the sense in trying to help hold this motherfucker together? I mean, patriotism, well, it's a tough thing, because you could look at a lot of Americans, like myself, for example. I'm not patting myself on the back, but a lot of people tell me to my face, well, in the comment section, because they're keyboard warriors, right? I'm a traitor to America because I won't bow down to Donald Trump. And the MAGA movement 100% believes that. If you don't bow to Donald Trump, you're a traitor to America. Now, you could say that I'm very patriotic in the sense that we have a president that will, silence you. He hates that you have freedom of speech. He'll have the ICE Gestapo murder you in the streets. It wouldn't be like that shocking with how crazy Donald Trump is if I had like a really big channel, if I just disappeared from my truck one night, right? Like, oh, well, we don't know where he went. It's shocking, truly shocking. He's just gone, right? But you could, I'm being patriotic because I'm standing up for my fucking country, not for Donald Trump. That's bullshit, right? But the point I'm making at this very moment, the American economy is collapsing. Our debt is 120 some percent of our GDP. The dollar is becoming completely fucking useless. I mean, the rest of the world's gonna dump this motherfucker at some point or another. I think it needs to be more of a controlled drop, but like if they all dropped it at once, I think the whole world would go into chaos, but I don't know enough about that to really go into details. What I'm trying to say is, as this continues to fall over here, there's a lot of Americans now that wouldn't have that that same fight in them, and I don't even know that I would, because when I look at what our country is now under Donald Trump's leadership, I do try to think of what could happen in the future, right? How if we can elect the right people, if we can start doing the right fucking thing, we can maybe save this motherfucker. But at this very moment right now, if I woke up tomorrow to find that America's economy was completely collapsing all around me, don't think I could even find the motivation to go, oh, let me step in and help, because they've already burned this motherfucker to the ground, and now you want me to fix it after I was telling you all this time to stop fucking shit up? But that's what I'm saying is, there's a vast difference in how the people are reacting to this, right? But more importantly than that is with Mark Carney rallying the troops, basically, all the premiers of all the God damn it. Now I'm gonna laugh at myself because it's right here. Provinces, there we go. All speaking the same unified message about Canada and how they're going to do everything. Have you seen fucking Donald Trump over here? Yes, I'm sure you have. He's losing his fucking mind, and he's on a 1 a.m. fucking Twitter or Truth Social fucking just meltdown in front of everybody about how Canada wants the benefits of being a state or part of the United States and all these things, but they don't want to like agree to this trade deal that he has, or what the fuck ever he's talking about. He's a fucking psychopath, right? And I sat there and looked at that when he was talking about how Canada wants all the benefits of basically being a part of America, the United States, I mean by that, for anybody that's going to correct me on that shit. And I sat there and I thought about it and I went, what is he talking about? The benefits of being part of the United States? Are you talking about what? What are we talking about? The rampant gun violence, the no access to health care without going completely bankrupt for generations? I mean, those are like two long-standing things, but now on top of that, what's going on now? A corrupt president that is robbing the working class to the point where the working class is becoming non-existent in this country, a collapsing dollar, a country that's no longer respected at all on the world stage, a country that just got their ass handed to them by Iran and then immediately turned around and got their asses handed to them by Canada. I mean, what are the benefits of being part of the United States that he's talking about? Because quite frankly, none of that makes sense to me. I don't know what he's fucking saying. Excuse me. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make with that, I guess I should probably consider wrapping up the video, is I am extremely proud of watching the Canadian people stand up for themselves. I know that an American standing here saying I'm sorry doesn't do anything, but I'm proud of you for what you're doing. I support you in any way I can. I look forward to everything that you guys do in the end, and I also agree that you may go through some hard times, job losses, all these, because our economies are so intertwined, but watching you emerge from that, coming out the other side with your hard work and determination and all of those things is going to be awesome. I can't wait to witness that all happen. We've already been witnessing it since Donald Trump came into office, and it's just a very exciting time. So I'm very proud of you guys for standing up for yourself, and to the American people, we just continue on the course, right? This is what we need to do. As I said in yesterday's video, Donald Trump needed this win going into the midterms, all right? Donald Trump needed this win going into the midterms so that he could tell his base something. And now he cannot even go to his base and say he did the best deal ever in the history of all deals with Canada because at the last minute when Howard Nuttlick tried to take away the freedoms of Canada to make their own decisions, Canada said, "Get the fuck out of here!" Right? That's what actually happened. I forgot what I was saying. I'm getting a little bit out of breath over here, jumping around and talking to you guys. But anyways, I guess I fucking forgot what I was saying there. Holy shit, that's really bad. My brain just shut down on me. Anyways, proud of you guys for what you're doing in the United States. That's what I was saying. Now I remember. Sometimes you got to give me a few seconds. I lose viewers when I do that, by the way. They go, "Oh, this fucking guy, he don't know what he's talking about. We're not going to listen to him." Anyways, has massive midterm implications in the upcoming midterm elections. If they weren't already going to be bad enough for Donald Trump and the Republicans, this is going to make them even worse. And I need you guys to hear something. The Trump regime is basically conceding that the Democrats will win the House in the upcoming elections. And the news I have for that is actually pretty concerning, and we just have to see how it plays out. That's why I haven't dedicated a whole video to it. It is interesting to see that the regime is conceding that Democrats will be in control, but the way they're conceding it doesn't feel really great to me, in the sense that some of you probably heard about this already. Jared Kushner and Hakeem Jeffries have sat down to have a meeting discussing how they could work together in the future going forward, right? And that should be a little bit disturbing. If we're talking about Speaker of the House, Hakeem's not really my pick, you know, but we'll kind of see how that shakes out. But one step at a time, America. We have got to whip his ass in the midterms, and then we kind of go from there. But what I'm telling you with that little nugget of information is, Jared Kushner, that reports directly to Donald Trump, is now making an effort to reach out to the Democrats to find common ground, I guess, because they know what's coming. And that's sort of the whole point of that's not the whole point of the video, but that's the video. Anyways, I got to get back to work. Love you guys. Bye now.